Alright there, ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year 2013, and it's time for my first upload of 2013, a Dynasty Warriors 3 Let's Play, with a brand new character. Now, I said I was taking a break from Dynasty Warriors 3 for a bit, but I've decided, since my capture card hasn't quite worked out as I expected, which means you won't be able to play I won't be able to play Dynasty Warriors 7 for a bit, I thought I'd quench my thirst for Dynasty Warriors games by playing the third one again with some new characters. This time, however, I'm carefully vetted each character to make sure they're interesting. And to start off with, Xu Zhu. The Mountain Bandit campaign. Now, you're probably wondering why this one doesn't have a date on it. Well, the reason for that is that this mission is one of the very few missions in the game that doesn't have a date per se. It's kind of more of an introductory mission and can be used by various characters. So it can be tied to anyone really. Sometimes you'll see a Xu officer do this, or a Wu officer, or a Wei officer. It's not really tied to any historical thing per se. It's just kind of a generic mission, I suppose. Anyway, I'm supposed to add an introduction, so let's check it out.
In the midst of a long march, a small peaceful-looking village can be seen off to the side. However, the villagers have suffered greatly from attacks by bandits. In answer to the pleas of the villagers, the battle to save the village is about to begin.
That's it. The village is attacked by bandits. We're going to stop the bandits, as Cao Cao's forces permit. So, we are the main officer here. Even though it's Cao Cao's forces, we're the only real recognizable officer there. And the others are just peasants, very similarly to the mission at Shangban. And the enemies are lieutenant commanders. The conditions of the victory and defeat: we must defeat all the lieutenant commanders and the commander will emerge eventually. As you can see, his name is you can see that he's not on the battlefield yet, but it is on the side. That just basically means that the commander has not yet appeared, but will do eventually. Most likely when we defeat all the lieutenant commanders. And defeat if we lose all the peasants or Xu Zhu is defeated. It's not a very hard mission really. It's pretty easy to keep them alive if you're quick. So, on to Xu Zhu himself. He uses a club. And he's very powerful with Xu Zhu, as you might have seen in the previous recordings. So we'll just take the usual attack, defense, block. I don't even need bow defense this time actually. So might consider going for HP max. And will we ready for this mission? Come out horses, look. I'm trying to decide what to pick as the third option. I think I'll give this Elixir a try, Musou charge. I don't really feel the need to use red hair this time, and for the sake of variety I won't bother. So I'll have some attacking infantry, and alright, 30-minute mission, we can do this. So as I've said, I've carefully vetted the characters this time to prevent much repetition.
Hey, this is a good place.
Xu Zhu is easily impressed.
Please help us. Bandits are destroying our village. Yeah, just leave it to me.
Leave it to Xu Zhu to deal with it. He'll handle all the problems.
No forgiveness for those who torment the innocent.
You said it, buddy. So I've carefully vetted the characters to prevent much repetition. So basically, I have one from each faction planned out to allow for new missions and new perspectives. Okay, so let's check out Xu Zhu's attacks. This is his triangle. Simple AoE sort of spin around. This is his first combo. Look at how that guy went. Look at that. Whoosh. Told you this guy is strong as fuck. He's incredibly strong. Ridiculous. As you would have known when we fought him in the past. So what's his second attack do? AoE spin again. Sort of like that weapon is so powerful. He seems to. Ooh, look at that. Knocks him out, all right. It's not got a bad range either. This weapon has to be said. I'm surprised it's a bit longer reaching than I thought. Looks like his third combo. God, it really is ridiculous as I thought it would be. Just knocks him everywhere. Oh! Gonna do a jump attack there. Not playing Dynasty Warriors 4 now. So basically the key facet of Xu Zhu is that he's really good at knocking people back. Whoa, was that his charge attack? He just rolled? See that again. Pretty sure yeah, he's just some kind of a roll. Oh, how weird. How long it goes on for. That's pretty unique. Alright, now for his Musou, I think. Let's see what that does. Spin, 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 spin! And fall to the floor. I am concluding that Xu Zhu is perhaps not quite able to keep this weapon quite as steady as we thought. It seems to take him away with it and he just gets knocked around. A little bit anyway. So, this mission, as I said, is pretty simple. All you do, basically, is you just kill the Lieutenant Commanders, kill the Commander. It's a very basic mission. It's even easier than the Turban Rebellion, in fact. I really love this character. He's got a decent amount of range as well, but I just love the fact he can knock people miles away. That's going to be incredibly useful in some situations. I've never played as Xu Zhu before, either. I don't really know what he's like. I also kind of like the way that he falls down at the end of his Musou. That could be extremely useful in some situations. Like, if I'm lying on the floor, I'd be immune to attack. So if my Musou was to fail against a tough officer, I'd have some kind of immediate downtime. And indeed, one down, Xu Zhu. Now, Xu Zhu as a character is kind of a simple-minded fellow, really. He likes his food. I'm not kidding about that. It wasn't a fat joke or anything. He really does enjoy his food as such. And he is simple-minded somewhat. Simple-minded, but doesn't mean he's stupid or anything. He's just talks in a very sort of simplistic manner, but he's a nice enough guy. Very jolly. Uh-oh. Peasants' force is in trouble. Oh no. I go over there and save the peasants. I wouldn't call them a pheasant. That would be terrible. I'm not saving the pheasants, just the peasants. There's plenty of peasants around though, isn't there? They don't seem to be marked particularly, but it's not a problem. And also all the we're going the wrong way here. We need to go around to save those by the river. So yeah, I've basically carefully chosen each of the 3 characters. I know I've mentioned this, I've now got a bit of time to explain it, but I've basically looked at a bunch of characters map list. So I've actually taken a look at what each character would get for missions, and I've chosen one from each faction that has, you know, the most new missions, and if failing that, the ones with the different perspectives, like seeing missions that we had, previous missions we've seen before, but from the other side. And Xu Zhu came up as the best candidate for the Wu side. Wu side? Sorry, Wei side. Even his Musou knocks him back quite a bit. And you can see there immediately, when the Musou ends, I get this nice little downtime.
One down.
There's some defense there. And it's also kind of handy, really, that Xu Zhu starts out with a large amount of health. Ignoring the fact that we have a HP plus item at this point, he does start out with a lot of health. But anyway, so with Xu Zhu, we are going to see a lot of missions that are we've been before, but from different perspectives. But there are 2 new missions with Xu Zhu, and this is one of them. I think you'll want this after you beat it. I'm not entirely sure, but I will never get tired of that. I'm gonna have so much fun just whacking people from miles away. Seems to be quite isolated. Even the roll itself is actually a bit faster than his normal walking speed, I think. Yeah. Well, maybe it's about the same, actually. I could be wrong. So, I'm sorry this time you won't be able to pick the next few characters, but then again, you probably wouldn't want to see too much boring stuff, would you? Like the same old missions. I've tried to avoid that because I know that this can be a little repetitive game for some. And the reason I've started doing these again is because, well, partly because I was a bit disappointed that I wasn't able to play Dynasty Warriors 7. I had to get a second monitor or television if I want to use the Elgato capture card. And the other reason is that quite a few people actually seem to have liked this series and wanted to see more of it. So I thought, why not? Kill two birds with one stone! I think what we'll do next, actually, just before we deal with this final Lieutenant Commander, is deal with the Gate Captain. As you will remember, dealing with Gate Captains is a good strategy in Dynasty Warriors. Prevents reinforcements from pouring in all the time. Not a single archer on this mission, which makes it a little better than Yell Toad Rebellion. Not a single archer pack to deal with. Yay! No pesky archers for us. I guess the one disadvantage of Xu Zhu's incredible knockback reach is that, well, we have to be careful when finishing off an opponent. We don't want to knock him out of bounds or somewhere where we couldn't reach the bonus. But that's really the only disadvantage I can see, really. I mean, perhaps not the fastest. It's a bit like Guan Yu, I suppose. His speed of attack isn't the greatest, but yeah, I think Xu Zhu's a pretty nice character. So I am planning on doing another 2 characters after this one, up until the time that my Elgato thing can be used. But the instant that the capture card can be used, I will be switching to Dynasty Warriors 7 as the next Let's Play project. So these are just kind of like, well, I suppose slight diversions from Dynasty Warriors 7 until it's ready to be used. Luckily, it seems the second attack doesn't knock him away quite so much. Wow. We got 100 kills and no one acknowledged it. I guess because the only one around is peasants. Pheasants. Wrong. The peasants, fool, not pheasants. Huh, surprised at that, actually. There's no acknowledgement for the 50 or 100s. At least the 100 one, no one said anything. Why, because there's no one around to acknowledge our greatness of beating people with a giant club. The only disadvantage, I suppose, of this kind of mission is you don't get any, like, weapon drops or anything, so we'll be sticking with this club until, well, the next mission at least. Should be interesting. So it's a good thing we have a high health pool. And here's the final Lieutenant Commander. But I do hope that enough people continue. Oh wow, his jump attack's really good. It's almost like he's doing a churning animation in the air. He jumps on it, it's like, ugh! Pogo stick, man! Pogo stick! Bounce! And stuff, you know, that System of a Down song. Bounce! Bucket, 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 bucket. Those others hit quite hard with his attacks as well when he hits them. As you'd expect, really. I think his point, as far as I'm aware, Xu Zhu is the only character in this game that hits people the way he does with that sort of enhanced sort of knockback. I'm not aware of any others being able to do that like that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Yep, another one down and a bit more attack for us, which is good. So the Lieutenant Commander troops are defeated. I think we will be. All that's left is the Commander. And he just shows up.
It's against you. You will die.
Oh, sorry, he's a bandit leader, but technically he's also the commander. But who's counting, eh? So as you can see, the commander is just a generic officer guy. There's nothing really special about him. Just has a high HP pool, I guess. I suppose suppose one other thing about the Musou of Xu Zhu is that he really doesn't have like ability to combo it so well. Like he hits them and that's it. They go flying. You probably have to get quite lucky in being able to. I wonder if I can do that to Wu Bu there. That was just funny to see Wu Bu go flying like that. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be able to combo with his Musou so much. Seems like you get one hit in and that's your lot. Seems to be more for earlier clearance rather than trying to, like, with other Musous we can sort of combo it. Oh well, that's just the way of Xu Zhu, I suppose. Bam! You're going down, big guy. And dead.
You still here? I'm hungry. Get out of here so I can eat.
You heard the man. He's hungry. Killing people works up the appetite. Suppose it's ridiculous. God. Oh, I knew it'd be a battle whilst playing as Xu Zhu, and I wasn't disappointed. Anyway, pretty basic stuff. We went here and defeated one lieutenant commander. We went there and defeated a lieutenant commander. Then we took care of the gate captain. Most of the peasants actually didn't move at all. And dealt with the final lieutenant commander. The commander showed up and was quickly eliminated in 11 minutes. It's a pretty basic mission. No real surprise. No real point score either, but we'll do with what we got. See what happens. Maybe we'll get at least one class up. Which we do. That's good. Quite not much else though. Oh, never mind, the second class up. Alright, so not really much of a development from that mission, but top the points ranking, top the go away, you stupid North. Scoot. Top the KO ranking, just about, but not the fastest. In a past life, we beat this mission 2 seconds quicker. Allegedly. So, time to pop the new save, and sorry Xu Zhu, I'm going to save over your file. Xu Zhu is the new way officer. So, let's see what's next for Xu Zhu. Ah, this mission again. This will be interesting. I think. We've been here before with Xu Zhu, and now we're going to be here with Xu Zhu next time. Should be interesting to see how we handle that mission without second tier weapon. Alright then, so I'm back on the Dynasty Warriors 3 bandwagon again. What do you think? Did you think Xu Zhu was a good choice of officer? What do you think his 5th and 6th combo attacks will be like? And what do you think of the fact I'm playing Dynasty Warriors 3 again? Is it a yay or a nay situation for you? Let me know, and I'll catch you all next time for the Battle of Guandu with Xu Zhu. That rhymed somewhat.